Hi, if you put your dishwasher on overnight, you may not realise if the heater is no longer working or not. But if the dishes are not coming out clean, then it could be the heater is faulty. So in this video, I'll be testing and replacing a flow-through heater on a Zanussi tabletop dishwasher. Before you do any work on an electrical appliance, remember to disconnect it from the mains power supply first. The tools needed for this project are a small to medium sized flat blade screwdriver, a T20 Torx bit and driver, a pair of engineer's pliers, an old towel and a multimeter. It may be best to remove the inlet water hose from the machine before commencement of any repair work, because the appliance will need to be laid on its back, and if the hose is not quite as long as you thought, it could cause it to leak at one of the joints. It's up to you if you remove the basket or not, but I prefer to take it out, and the same goes with the water in the sump. I prefer to remove as much of it as I can before tilting the machine over. Although it won't leak out of the cabinet, the chances are the water will come out of the hose when you remove the heater. And the more water you remove, the less there is to come out when you undo the hose. I think you'll probably need to lay a towel down to catch the water that will come out from the metering tank as the dishwasher is laid on its back. This is unavoidable, and the amount of water that comes out depends on the size of the tank. There are 4 T20 Torx screws on the underside of the wrap over cabinet which have to come out. These are the only screws holding it on, but you still have to unhook the front section from the fixing points on the tub so it can be completely removed. Use a flat bladed screwdriver and fit it between the cabinet and the tub assembly on one side of the machine, then ease it backwards. If it's tight, you may need to ease the lower front edge of the cabinet out as you lever the screwdriver back. This will free it from the tub. Do the same on the top and the other side of the cabinet to release it from the tub assembly. It can now be lifted off the tub and placed somewhere out of the way. Just so you know what to expect, these are the tags the cabinet was hooked into, and this is the metering tank that retains water even after the washer's finished. It's where the water comes from when you turn the dishwasher over. Turn the dishwasher on its back again and remove the 3 screws from the front edge of the base plate. These screws are also T20 Torx screws. The rear of this panel hooks into the tub base and should come free quite easily, but handle it with care because the edges are sharp. There's also an earth wire connected at one corner which has to come off. Now you can get to all the components on the dishwasher, and in this case the heater. But before you remove the heater or do any work on the clips or hoses, first check it to make sure that it is faulty and does need changing. To do this, select the 200 ohms scale on your meter and place a probe on one of the terminals on the heater and the other probe on the remaining terminal. You should get a reading on the meter, but if not, then it is the heater at fault and it does need replacing. There will most likely be water in the sump hose attached to the heater, so lay a towel under the machine to soak it up when the hose is removed. The thicker the towel, the less water you'll get on the floor. The fastening clips on these hoses were put on by the factory, and if you put the end of a small flat bladed screwdriver in it like this and twist, it will open the clip enough to allow it to come off. They do say these clips are reusable if you have the right tool, but I feel far more comfortable replacing them with the Jubilee clip instead. The heater hoses are supported by brackets, but only the one on the sump hose need be undone. This will give you room to pull the hose free from the heater, but as I said, be aware of water coming out of it when you pull it off. The heater can now be pulled out from the wash pump hose. These hoses are usually attached to the heater very tightly and will probably take a bit of effort to release them. With the heater out, remove the wires, but try not to pull directly on the wire itself or you could snap it. If they're tight, use a pair of pliers. I prefer to replace the existing clips with Jubilee clips. If you're going to do the same, then make sure you order them at the same time you get the heater. When you replace the wires, do it with the heater out, and you'll probably find it easier to fit the earth wire last because of where it's located. This will also help you fit the heater the right way round. Make sure the hoses are on the heater far enough so the Jubilee clips have something to grip onto, and although you need to tighten them sufficiently, try not to over tighten them. Don't Don't forget to refit the bracket that's around the sump hose because it supports the heater when the machine is upright. The rear of the base plate hooks under these tabs on the dishwasher frame, and the 3 screws hold the front of it in place. Remember to reattach the earth wire to the base plate before replacing it, or it may get forgotten. Fit the cabinet in place and hook the top section in the clip by the door latch first. Then press one of the lower front side edges in against the dishwasher and tap it from behind with the heel of your hand. This will locate it in place. Do the same with the other side and then turn the dishwasher on its back so you can fit the 4 screws underneath. Stand the dishwasher upright and refit the water hose along with any other part you may have removed, such as a filter or basket. But before you test it, do an earth continuity check just to make sure the appliance is properly earthed. Set your meter to the 200 ohms scale, then place one of your meter probes on the earth terminal on the plug and the other on any exposed metal section of the machine. You should get a reading, but if not, you have no earth, so the appliance needs further inspection before use. On behalf of Selfix UK, we'd like to thank you for watching this video and hope you found it useful. Goodbye.